but I want you to think about this. But I have to get you to have a little different perspective on healthcare, because I believe in the last 3 years I've proven it. And I can show you, even just from this one analogy, how you can navigate through every healthcare condition if you think this one way. You ready for it?
Yes.
So I want you to picture this. I want you to picture that all of a sudden this whole studio and everything catches on fire. Okay. Who's the best trained professional to deal with this situation?
Well, I mean, I don't know that I would consider you a trained professional for fire, but I'm automatically going to lean on you because you're the guy in the room.
No, but I'm saying, but it's okay. But I'm here. I can't put out the fire. I don't have the tools and knowledge. So we're going to call 911.
Right.
Fire department's going to get here.
Okay, I thought I could only choose between you and I.
No,
yes,
I'll probably,
obviously,
being a male testosterone, I'll probably protect you, grab you, get you out of here. That's a male. Okay. and so here's what happens. But you're going to call the fire department because they're the best professional. Think of their tools, axe and hose. They're going to break down some things. They're going to start spraying the inside of this whole thing that way. And when the water hits all the stuff, it destroys it. But you're not mad. You're actually kind of happy. Because you know why? He's saving the house. He's saving the studio from burning down. But let's say they save it and it's not totally burnt down. We're not going to come here and do the podcast right away, are we? Mm-hmm. We're going to need a different professional to come and rebuild it. So we're going to call a carpenter. He's going to walk in, even though the fire department's like, I'm awesome. But the carpenter has a different perspective. He goes, hey, listen. He goes, this is a mess. I got to bring in all this new stuff and everything to get it all back to normal. Well, if you understand the analogy, that's how you got to look at healthcare. If right now you or anybody here had a major fire, a heart attack, a stroke, something you can die from, I'm going to call that. You don't want me to run to the kitchen and grab a knife. We're going to call 911. So let's call medicine, the fire department. They have their axes and hoses to put out the fire. Drugs and surgery. Cool. I'm cool with that. But here's what happens. Even after they save you, they never ask what caused the fire. Do you follow me? See, what they do is they say, we're going to spray down your house every single day for the rest of your life, which caused the bodies to rot. And see, you think of it this way. That's why I kind of find this funny. We trust a system that maybe can save a life, but there's more heart disease, cancer, diabetes, overweight people, hormone problems, infertility, ever in history. It's almost like the weatherman. They're wrong 90% of the time, because we look at the 10% that they save a life and they think they're the experts. Well, what happened over the last 3 years?
Oh, well, yeah. Clearly the experts weren't really the experts.
But they're really not the experts. See, they're experts in the fire department. So the experts saying, this person's going to die. But why did they die in the first place? Because they had a rotten house. But what if you could rebuild the house? To the point where I kept on preaching this. They kicked me off YouTube, kicked me off Facebook, and the FBI showed up at my house.
Why?
Because people thought it was a threat because I had a different perspective. Because here's what happens. Now watch this. I'll give you a perfect example. Durham, when you try to change people's thinking, people get downright mad. You know this being here a turning point.
Oh,
no,
yes.
But here's one of them. So I come along in healthcare saying, listen, I can respect the fire department and what they do, and I can respect that you may even believe that this is the way to do it. But you try to force me, I'm a person of choice. Mm-hmm. So that's why I've always been involved in politics, just from a standpoint of freedom of choice.
Right.
You can take every drug, everything that you want to do in your history. I'm cool with it. Try to force it on me. No, I disagree with that because that said, I disagree. Because we have a different perspective. But now I want you to think about this. The majority of people grow up thinking more medically. I get it. You're saying, you're a pediatrician. What's a pediatrician give you? Drugs or surgery. General practice, drugs or surgery. So you're programmed that way. And then somebody like me comes along and says, it makes so much sense. And I say, you don't need that stuff unless you're dying.
Of course.
Okay. Because I'm a carpenter doctor. So I developed a whole bunch of doctors of all professions, so everything from chiropractors, naturopaths, nurses, MDs. They love what I do. I teach mainly medical things.
See, I need to get in on that, especially if you have places in Phoenix, because I've been wanting to get my hormones tested and I haven't yet.
Yes. Well, but now think about it this way. Estrogens dictate how you physically act and feel, yet there hasn't been a doctor that's ever tested your estrogens properly. And then when you go through things physically and health-wise, it's an incomplete view. So going back to the example of how, and I'm just seeing, like saying, all the women right now going, yeah, why don't because you know why they don't do it? Because there's no axe and hose and there's drug and surgery to manipulate all that. See, people say, why doesn't my doctor do this? Because you're asking the fire department to rebuild the house with an axe and a hose. Can you rebuild a house with an axe and a hose?
Just so many doctors are trained to be very reactive. They're not trained to be proactive.
Put it on the fire instead of I can show you how to build a house. So my wife had endometriosis and we started to rebuild that system. Her endometriosis cleared up. Her uterus went back to normal because no matter what doctor tells you, you're genetically programmed for normal. If I step on her toe, guess what happens? Her blood pressure is going to jump up. So do I give you a drug to lower it? Do I give you a bunch of vitamins? Or do I get off your darn toe?
Yeah.
Because there's more natural things ever in history. There's more medical things, but the thinking is wrong. So they're just trying to use natural things as drugs. That's why it's called alternative medicine. That's not what you do. You can have a totally different religious, political standpoint in mind because I just choose freedom. And so I was going through the store, so I stay away from people, stuff like that. But then I was checking everything out. And this woman, she was an obese woman. She was probably about 10 feet behind me and she was just scowling at me. She had her mask and her goggles on and everything like that. And all of a sudden, but you know, some of this. So now I get it. I get it. You're trained thinking like the fire department. So you're scared out of your mind. That's how they got everybody to do everything. That's how they get everybody doing healthcare stuff. Oh, if you don't take this drug, this is going to happen to you. No, it's going to happen to me if I'm under your care. So all of a sudden, guess what? So all of a sudden I go grab my last organics, all the things I do that way because I don't need anything toxic because that's stress to your body. And all of a sudden I went to grab it and she looks at me and she goes, I see you don't have a mask. Well, remember, I get it. She's coming from a fire department viewpoint. Well, I think like a carpenter. And she's about 300 pounds. She's got a larger child. I look at her and I talk to her like a carpenter doctor. I said, well, I see you don't have a treadmill. And she's like,
you didn't.
Yes, I did. It was awesome.
Oh.
Well, here's what happens. When passive, especially men, because men are meant to be aggressive. When passive men let bad things happen, it's why we were the last 3 years. Hey, everyone. For unedited, full-length, unapologetic content, go to my website, drpatrickflynn.com. Hit the subscribe button to join our community for more amazing content like this every day.